What up? It's 92.9 WDUP. We got a special show, man. It's the Spotlight. You know what I'm saying? This is web content. We got our first guest, man. We got Zip Nasty in the building. He gonna spit for us later, but we gonna actually get into him and his background, man. Zip, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here, bro. I appreciate you for having me up here. Yeah. I go by Zip Nasty, yo. I'm repping Dos Vatos, man. We're from around here, man. Born and raised in New London. Can't really say raised. I'm been raised all around this place, but born here, man. I've been around for a minute. Been making music since probably like I don't know. In this area, actually putting out music, probably been since like 2011, man. Like,
really?
Yeah, been around.
So you talk about Dos Vatos.
Shit, man. Shout outs to Fetty, man. He couldn't be here tonight. He's a little bit,
Fetty.
yeah, man. He's a little under the weather and everything, but that's my man's, bro. So we linked up. 2015 is when we first met. I was actually on the run. I was on my way out of state. The next day, I was like about to hop on a Greyhound, and I was off to Missouri. But I actually met him. I don't know if you know Nicky Yoda. Shout out to Nicky Yoda.
Oh yeah, I interviewed him before. Yep.
Yeah, so he had a smoke shop over on Bank Street back in the day, 2015, 2014, and he had me pull up, and we were ciphering over there. That's how I met Confetti Murphy.
Yeah.
And when I came back from Missouri, he hit me up. He was trying to make some beats, and he wanted to collab. So we made a little track. And that was like before we actually officially called it Dos Vatos and everything. And he was like, yo, I'm trying to make some beats, man. Like, I want to learn. Because I had already been making beats at that point since I was a little kid. Everything y'all ever heard from Dos Vatos, me and Fetty produced it. Engineered it, recorded it, mixed it, everything. But, yeah, so I taught him everything that I knew. And it was, shit, the rest was history, bro, really. Like, it's just been like day in and day out. We was in the studio every single day. And then now it's at the point we, you know, even outside of music, bro, we had a job together for like the last 5-6 years. You know what I mean? Like, we building houses and shit.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? So like we tight. Pause.
No doubt. So yo, I mean, you mentioned that you're a producer. I used to produce back a long time ago. That's a whole nother lifetime right there. But like, yo, what was your weapon of choice, man? What you use? I used to use the MPC and all that. 2000 XL. Like, what was your, like, you know what I mean? What do you use? And kind of describe your, like, your beat making style and all that.
Man, since day one, FL Studio, bro. FL Studio, man. Some people hate, some people give it a lot of praise, bro. I love that shit, man. That shit gave me the foundation for everything that I know now. You know what I mean? Because this shit was just so easy to use from the jump. So, you know, even me being so young, I made my first beat when I was like 13, 14 years old. So like, that shit was easy to, you know, put together. Because like, you know, I'm born in 93. So like, by the time I was old enough to really understand what I was doing musically, it was already past the analog days. You know what I mean? We was already into digital softwares and MIDI keyboards, USB microphones. So I had my first setup when I was young. I remember getting that shit for Christmas, and it was like probably like, you know, coming from like, I can't say I was like dirt poor, but like I didn't come from a home where we got like recording equipment for Christmas and shit like that.
Yeah, back then shit dumb expensive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you know, 14 years old, 15 years old, I got my first mic and my first piano, my first keyboard and everything, and like, I broke down everything that I could. You know, I have a little bit of drumming experience from, you know, elementary school, playing in like school bands and shit, but you know, once I got behind FL Studio, it really gave me an understanding. You know what I mean?
I heard that. So yeah, man, this is 929 Spotlight. Hey, yo, I got big up my man Frank Lowe over there, you know what I mean? DJ in the background, giving y'all the instrumentals and all that, man. Again, at the end of this show, we're gonna have my man spit so you can really see what he about, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of talk about your style of music, like, you know what I mean? Like, they never heard of Zip Nasty before, what can they expect?
Man, you can expect a breath of fresh air, bro. I was born and raised hip hop, man. Like, you know, I don't hate much on a lot of the newer stuff because I know there is some gems to pick through all of this whack shit that be out there, but
garbage shit out here.
Man, I come from true hip hop, bro. Whether it's boom bap or it's just, you know, some actual bars, you know what I mean? Like people coming from, you know, a place of pain, a place of struggle, or even just a place of like true creativity, not just, you know, doing what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? So like what you can expect from Zip Nasty and from Dos Vatos is just pure hip hop. You know what I mean? Like hip hop from its roots. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear a lot of samples. You're gonna hear hard kicks, hard snares. You're gonna hear, you know, bars, cadences. You know, you're gonna understand the words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's lacking nowadays. Talk about some of your influences, like, you know, artists out there that kind of, you know, help influence Zip Nasty.
Rest in peace, Prodigy, bro. That's like.
I feel like Prodigy don't get enough. You see all the RIPs like Big, Pac.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I don't think P get it up. They don't give it up to P enough, man.
Mobb Deep raised me, bro. Like, but even down to the production, man. Like as a kid, like I listened to so much Nas, so much Mobb Deep. Honestly, bro, I could tell you probably 70% of my music catalog is like Queens. You know what I mean? Like it's so like Nas, 50, LL, Nori. Like Mobb Deep and them, like that's the shit that I really grew up on. So like you're gonna hear a lot of that in my music, like Havoc production, and even when Alchemist was producing for Mobb Deep and everything, like that was the shit that like made me like really grow into hip hop.
$100. So yo, what's your favorite Mobb Deep album? We had a discussion on SDE, which is Sundays, 7 o'clock ish. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we had like a little debate, like the best Mobb Deep. In my opinion, I think it's a no-brainer. It's the Infamous, but I don't know. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Infamous is like that's a hard one to argue just because of how much of a classic it is. But
no skips.
I fuck with Hell on Earth. That's up there for me. But honestly, bro, Blood Money. Blood Money is a crazy fucking album, bro. Like that's a little bit later on in their careers, bro. But like 05, 06 Mobb Deep was crazy.
Yeah, man, we gotta get up to Mobb Deep. Even Hav, man, as a producer. And I always like Hav as a rapper too. They always talk about Hav, talking about like his production skill. I think he's a dope rapper too. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, Prodigy was like, the front man with the bars, with Mobb Deep. But I love Mobb Deep, so big up. Wow. So yeah, man. So before y'all formulated those Vatos, Zip Nasty as a solo artist, like talk about some of your work before you actually linked up with Confetti Murphy.
Man, so for a while it really was mostly solo. Like I had a bunch of dudes I was rapping with. We had Lyrical Arsonist for a while. I was with some with my boy shout out Oaken, my boy Nico. I grew up with him since young, and same thing with my boy Go. Shout out to him. He was in the studio with me last night actually, and those are the dudes that I grew up rapping with. And that was even since like before we was actually making songs, like ciphering in cars, fucking blunt circles, ciphering type shit, before any of that ever happened, so like that was Zip Nasty before. And then when I was going through my shit, it was mostly writing for a while, because I was dealing with probation, dealing with being in and out of jail, prison, everything. I was up in MYI a couple of times, and with me dealing with all that, I also got addicted to drugs and everything. So a lot of things took me away from music for a while. That's what led me up to moving to Missouri before I met Confetti. So Zip Nasty as a solo artist, he was working real hard and everything before Dos Vatos, but where my life was at that point, shit, music was kind of like at the bottom of the list. So like honestly, I can say Dos Vatos kind of helped me put me where I need to be now. You know what I mean? Because the shit me and Fetty did as Dos Vatos is shit that I probably never would have been able to do before.
I hear that. I mean, when you was out in Missouri, man, I don't know what part of Missouri, it's a huge state, but like, were you still like active in music when you was there, and like talk about the music scene out there, if you encountered it at all?
The first time, not so much. I tried. So the first time I went out there, it was really focusing on me. I tried to get clean and everything. I was addicted to heroin actually when I went out there. Man,
I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but I heard that's like the hardest drug to kick.
It was tough. Cigarettes was harder, bro. Honestly, bro. It was definitely tough. But being where I was at, because I tried many different things, but moving to Missouri and doing the whole cold turkey thing is what worked for me, bro. I can't encourage somebody else to do that, because that shit sucks, bro. But like the first time I was out in Missouri, I wasn't really that focused on music. I spoke to whoever I could, and like whatever music I had, I would put it out there. But it was the second time I went to Missouri, because when I came back, that's when we really kicked off things with like Dos Vatos, where we set up a studio in my grandmom's crib, and I had just got bagged on the warrant, so I came back from Missouri the first time, and because I had my son out here at the time, and it was holidays, so I was trying to see my family, see my son for the holidays, and one thing led to another. I got hit, I got bagged up on that warrant, so I had to stay around for a little while, and me and Fetty started hanging out a lot more, making music, and I was like, I know we're making a lot of music and everything, but once once I'm off these papers, bro, I'm like going back to Missouri. I had a job out there. I was working for a carnival and everything, like inflatables and like mechanical rides and shit. I was like, it was dope, bro. Like,
you got a crazy story.
It was mad fucking cool, bro. Yeah. Like cause being from out here and then going to a place like that, there's no ocean. People are different. People aren't always in a rush. And then you're doing the type of shit that I was doing. It's just like so different. I think that's what helped a lot. But me and Fetty actually like quit his job, and him and I started we was hustling together, and we had the studio, and we was just like full time in the studio and hustling day in, day out. We were stacking up bread, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna just come to Missouri with you. So me, Fetty, and shout out to my boy Raldy Harry. So Raldy Radio is our album on all platforms right now. Raldy was the one who hosted that album. We all moved out to Missouri, and that's when we really started focusing on the music, when we got out there. And we met a dude named DJ P who he won a DJ contest on BET called Master of the Mix. And he got some bread for that, got a lot of connects, touring with like the Rocksteady crew and DJ Premier and everything. And we met him like the day we got out there. Cause now that I had my people with me and I had all the studio equipment, I was feeling good. The first day we was out there, right when we got there, we drove an hour away to a record store. And we was trying to dig for some records, make some beats and everything. And we was talking, and I think it was the clerk we was talking to, and we were like, yo, we're hip hop producers, and like, this is the type of stuff we're looking for. And he goes, yo, you should talk to that guy right there. And is a dude walking through the door, and it was the DJ. We talked to him for maybe 10-15 minutes, showed him a couple of beats, and he was like, yo, what you doing later? Go back to your house and grab all your studio equipment, come to my crib. And like within 15 minutes of meeting this dude, you know what I mean? So like that, it was like a pretty organic moment, you know what I mean? So
yeah, man, that's
crazy,
dope, man. So yo, we over here zip motherfucking nasty out these motherfuckers. Yo, I just wanted to cuss. I'm so like, used to be airtight on the airways, man. But nah, it's dope to have you over here, man. Spotlight 929, you know what I'm saying? Talk about those vatos today. What y'all got going on, man?
Man, it's been a while, man. We've been really focusing on life ever since he got a kid now. And, shout out to him and his little daughter Phoebe. And I also had 2 more children, so I got 3 now. So like, we was on the low for a while, just working, trying to do the dad thing and everything. But now we're in the studio heavy. We're working on a project right now where it's not gonna be so much of us rapping. You're gonna hear me rapping a little bit. You might hear him rap a little bit, but I'm trying to get the real heavy hitters out here, man. Like everybody who around here who's really ready to rap, man. Like we're really putting our production on the line here. We've been in the studio heavy, making these beats and trying to get people on these beats and put together another actual classic album. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, like, can you name some artists that actually rapped over your beats? Some of your beats you submitted to other artists outside yourself, and then was there a beat you gave to somebody? It's like, God damn, I should have kept that shit for myself.
Yo, shout out to Ace Cannon, man. Ace Cannon. He held us down one time. Our computer crashed, and he drove down from Long Island and gave us 2 computers. And I've been lacing him with beats ever since, bro, as like an appreciation thing, bro. Like I'll always appreciate that, like to the day I die. So like I gave him a stack of beats, and every once in a while I go back and listen. I'm like, damn, bro, the things I would have done with that beat. Yeah. But I was happy to give it to him because he's a good ass dude, and that's my boy. So like, you know what I mean? But shout out to him. I sent beats to mad people, but me and Fetty, we produced a couple records for Spark Kent out of the West Haven area. Shout out to him. Also THT, Bird and A Cruz. We got a couple joints.
Bird, what up, boy?
Yeah, man, we got a couple joints we produced for them, and then we also got a couple joints that they featured on our records. You just spun one the other day, the Briefcase joint, that's out everywhere. Yep. And then we got some other shit with A Cruz and Bird on it that we've been kind of working on, like on the low. We've really been working, man. I've been having a couple other people. Khalik's been in the studio. Jahu's been in the studio. Shout outs to them, man. Like there's been a lot of hip hop in the building. Plus Swabski, man, he's been trying to.
Swab, what up,
man.
Wait.
He's been pulling up. Shout outs to him, man. He's been holding us down for a while too now, man. I've always been happy to hand him whatever beat he wants, man. When it comes to
You know what I mean? That's what it is, bro. But
you ever want to take your beat back when somebody like spit on it was trash? Like, yo, man, give me that shit back. Fuck out here, nigga.
Yo, to keep it real with you, bro, not enough people be rapping on these beats for me to say that, man. It's been hard enough for people, like, let alone like people paying for beats, but even just people wanting, like, getting people to go outside of like places like YouTube or BeatStars or wherever they be getting these fucking beats from, bro. It's so hard to get people to detach from that shit and try to find somebody in your town to work with. You know what I mean? Like, or even not even in your town, but just like find somebody who's in the same position as you to produce for you. And now you have like now you have a networked ability. You're not just, you know, pulling some shit from the internet or using some recycled beats that 10 other people probably already rapped on. You know what I mean? Like, you come to Dos Vatos, you're gonna be the only one with that beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear that, man. So, yo, man, for those who may not be familiar with Dos Vatos or Zip Nasty, what's the first record you will point them? Like, what direction? Like, first record, first project. You know what I mean? Like, you wanna know us? You know how we get down? This is that record. Or this is project.
Man, what still to this day, one of my favorite tracks we did was Dollar Signs. Dollar Signs, man. That's featuring KG, Kappa Gamma. Shout out to him.
KG, what up, boy?
Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite records. That shit actually goes hard for real. But honestly, Rawdy Radio, that album as a whole has obviously honestly our best work. I mean, it's like we spent a long time kind of just like piecing little things together and just accumulating little songs. A couple of them songs got like weird stories because of how we recorded them and everything like that. But like that's the raw Dos Vatos right there.
Yeah. Yeah, hear that, man. So like, yo, talk about shows y'all done and like upcoming shows, tours, anything else you got going on.
Nothing upcoming right now. We just did a little something in Bridgeport. There was a event called Art and Soul. There was like, you know, some sneaker vendors where like they had some like, you know, custom sneakers that they was painting on. There was some graffiti artists up there. Tone Rucker was up there with his brand 100 Proof. Phil Brown was the one that brought us up there. Shout out to him. He's put us on to so many shows, bro. He's took us out to New York. We was doing these sessions, these weed sessions out there, man. Phil was taking us up there like shit, almost damn near every weekend, bro. And there was a couple joints that we did that Jadakiss was part of.
Oh man, and, you get to interact with Jada at all? That's my living goal right now. You ask me. The goat that's living right now.
Yo, there's a couple stories, bro. There's a couple stories, but yo, man, make sure you when Fetty comes up here, cause he's gonna want to come up here. When he gets here, ask him about his little interaction with Jadakiss.
Nah, I got to meet Jadakiss one time. I was just at a random bar in New York one time. I was sitting there. Jadakiss woke up and sit right next to me, and I'm like, I did a double take. I ain't want to like no groupie ass nigga, so I like, yo, I'm chilling for a minute. And then like, oh shit, Kiss, what up? And then he was like, cool. And then like I started telling him about Not Tonight a little bit. He's like, oh, worry, I got radio station in London. As soon as I started giving him some motherfucking feedback about Not Tonight, trying to reel me for an interview, yo, a whole bunch of motherfuckers mobbed this thing. I'm like, goddamn.
Oh, yeah, of course. Nah, man, when we was at one of these sessions, the building was still kind of empty a little bit. Fetty was like high, and he don't be like smoking like that. Even around like this time, like yo, he used to smoke a lot before, but around this time is when he's stopped smoking as much. And we're in this room that's like normally like, you know, filled with smoke. It's hot. Yeah. A lot of people. This time it's empty, but we're already lit. Right. And this dude's wearing some baggy ass jeans and a beater, and he's got his camera around his neck, and he's got a bucket hat on, and this dude is just zooted. He's lit. And Jadakiss comes walking in the room, and Fetty looks over at him, doesn't realize it's Jadakiss, and he turns around, goes, "What's good?" Like mean mugging Jadakiss.
Oh, you trying to square up on him?
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
He had no idea what he was doing. I wasn't even there. That's what I was told, because I was on the other side of the room. And Jadakiss actually follows on my Instagram now. And and he be like sending mad messages to him, like, yo, he was reading every one of them for a while. Yeah. We were sending him beats. Fetty like trolled him a couple of times, said some wild shit to him. He read
why he keep testing like he testing the waters on Kiss, man?
Yeah. That's Fetty, bro.
Line stepper. What's that from Dave Chappelle? Charlie Murphy?
That's Fetty, bro. That's Confetti Murphy for you, bro. I mean,
so yo, matter of fact, speaking about him, man, just like yo, what you see in him as an artist, actually, you know, Voltron up and actually, you know what I mean? Like, what did you see that made you want to work with him and, you know, develop those vatos?
Shit. Honestly, at the time, he was one of the only people that was, at least that I knew, that was still trying to stick to like that raw sample based type of hip hop, and you know, he came through one day to my crib to rhyme a little bit, and you know, I knew he had it from like from the jump, you know what I mean? Like, and even to this day, like the way he writes his rhymes, like he's only ever gotten like better, which is crazy because he was nice from the beginning. But like, yo, that dude's honestly probably one of my favorite rappers, even if I didn't know him. Like, just some of the shit that dude said is honestly fucking insane, bro. Like,
that's dope, man.
Insane.
Gotta get Confetti up here, man. Get your immune system up, Confetti, man. Get you up here, man, for real.
Pussy.
So, yo, man, label situation, man. Like, you know, you have any majors holler at y'all? Like, would y'all go the major route? Especially now these times, it may not be as attractive because you want to make that independent money, but you know.
I mean, I can't even really say there's independent money because I have to spend a lot of money, my own money, before I start seeing some independent money. You know what I mean?
So you don't mind being behind that machine? I don't know. They still do the 360 deals.
Nah. So I don't know, man, because shit's changed too much, man. Like I don't even think any major label would put an investment into the type of sound we got. You know what I mean? It sucks to say some shit like that, but like as far as going major with a label and shit like that, like, yo, them chances are slim. And as far as like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like if shit makes a turn, you know, I would consider it, but I'm cool where I'm at, bro. Like I've always did this shit because I love it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you know, I got kids, I got a family I'm trying to raise. If I start going big now and start going on all these tours, I ain't really trying to spend that time away from my family right now. You know what I mean? Like my kids are young, you know.
Yo, speak on that. The challenge is being an artist, and you may have to do a show. You know what I mean? You may have to hit the road. Like the challenge is, you know,
that's no challenge. It ain't no challenge when it comes to my family music. My family always come first. You know what I mean? So like if there was a show and something was going on with my family, the show ain't gonna happen. You know, point blank. You know what I mean? So like I don't really see that as a challenge. You know, for a while, like it was by choice to where, like, you know, if I was gonna make music, I have my laptop at the crib. Once the kids are asleep and everything, like I'll sit down with the laptop, make a beat or something, might write some rhymes, and then every once in a blue, we might plan something like, you know, actually G-Pain and Smiley, we went up to see like AZ up in New Hampshire, and that was like my first time in a minute actually going out and doing anything because I've just been focused on.
How long ago was that? AZ still sharp.
That was probably like 2 years ago, right?
AZ still sharp, man.
About like 2 years ago.
He ain't washed up. He's still on his pen game. He's still nice.
Yeah, man, for sure. But man, yeah, that's really what it is, man. I'm a dad before anything.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about, like, I'll pivot to this outside of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you got going on outside of that? Aside from family, I'm talking about, like, you know, any ventures you got going on. If any.
I mean, just a whole lot of work, man. I remodel houses, you know, full time. You know, can't say it's something I'm in love with doing, but that's just what's been putting bread on the table. You know what I mean? Like that's the only other thing I got going on besides being a dad. You know what I mean? That and being a father takes up all my time. Like if you catch me in the studio over here, it's usually after the kids go to sleep, like 7:30, and I'll probably be there till sometime maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, it's hard for you to catch me outside my crib before them hours, you know?
I hear that word. Yeah, man, it's not Spotlight. Spotlight, I'm fucking up my own words. Spotlight, goddammit. We over here Frank Lowe, man, Zip Nasty. See your own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How competitive are you as an MC? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you had to lock horns, you know, we know all the old beef and motherfuckers suing motherfuckers and shit. That's crazy, but you know what I'm saying? But like,
I had to chill out. Old Zip Nasty would be probably the first one to instigate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, shit.
So you take it, like, if you see an artist and you like, he's a sucker, I'm gonna take a shot at him. You had no problem doing that?
I would. That old me would have done that. Old me would have done that. And actually, I mean, not for nothing, I probably still would do it now.
Okay.
But
I'm trying to sell some shit. Anybody you want to shoot at?
Yeah. You know, because I'm competitive in the sense that you know, I like to rap, and I like when people push my pen game, and I like when I push other people's pen game. But like when it comes to, you know, bickering and beefing, all that shit has just been staying on the internet, bro, and I'm not with none of that, bro. Like man. Like,
so what's your thoughts on the current state of the game? Because like I feel like we in the softest hip hop era, but there's more bodies dropping in hip hop for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And then I think like, yo, we in the bitch ass era of hip hop and NBA. Like, it can go on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your thoughts on the current state of the game, man? I got my little piece off real quick.
I don't know, man. It's just different times, man. They definitely changed a lot. You know, like we the way we was influenced versus the way rappers now and even their listeners are being influenced is totally different. Like the amount of drug use is just crazy, especially living the life of both drug use and, you know, drug selling and everything like that. I feel like a lot of us are probably partly responsible in some ways with some of our music, but also, you know, from a listening standpoint, some people don't know how to read between lines, and some people you know, get influenced by something that might not have been meant to influence you in that type of way. Hip hop is one of the most influential things ever.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
shit, they got drill music in like
violence
in
is
Vietnam now. Shit, this is crazy.
There is a style of drill music from everywhere in the fucking world, and every single one of them makes people want to hurt people. Like, for real. And like, which, I mean, hip hop, yeah, it's always been gritty and somewhat violent, but like there was different principles, man. There was principles to this shit, you know, coming up, especially in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and like now people are just senselessly violent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just what's crazy. Like, it's like brains have left completely.
Lord, man. So, yo, man, talk about, all right, we'll get back to the artists, Zip Nasty, the artists, man. Like, talk about your, like, creative process. We get into the booth, man. You gotta cheat something up, you gotta sip some, you just go there and focus, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's your creative process, man, when you get into the booth, man?
I don't be drinking, honestly, like that at all, man. Like,
yeah, you turn down some gin, try to offer him a drink, you like, nah.
Yeah, nah.
I'm getting right, guys.
Shit, I asked you for some water. Nah, man. Anytime anybody asks me for it or offer me a drink, I'm gonna say, let me get some water every time, bro. Yep. But nah, I'll smoke a little bit, but man, sometimes I prefer to stay sharp.
Yeah.
Man, I'll sit in the studio sober as hell.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't be writing rhymes on paper. Not to, no, I can't. Yeah. I can't sit here and say like all my songs are like off top, but like I lose all my thoughts if I try to go from my brain to a paper. And
hey, yo, at what point when you come up with like, so like boom, like when you like say you outside the studio or whatever, you know what I'm saying, a line comes to you, I'm sure you probably write it down or put it like a voice note in your phone or something like that, or like do you just like
I repeat it in my head maybe 3-4 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll repeat it in my head a couple of times, or like if it's really that serious, like if I think of a line, I'll think of at least 2 more. That way, it's more like it's something more for me to actually remember. Yeah. But like honestly, lately, right? Like I don't write nothing unless it's something that's just like it's just happening.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like the other day, a beat was playing, and like I was like, oh, all right, word, and like it just came to me.
Yeah.
Other times, bro, I don't really give a fuck about it, and I'd just rather make a beat, bro. And like that's really where like more where I'm leaning right now is making beats. You know.
So are you more of like the sampler, or like, you know what I mean, a little bit of both with the keyboards and all that shit?
Yeah, man, a little bit of everything. Yeah. So a lot of sampling, but you know we layer some other stuff over it. Fetty plays bass. He's a really good bass player. So we got a lot of beats that have live bass.
That's kind of ill. Have you ever performed with like a band, or would you like to do that in the future?
We would. One time we performed as a band. Me and Fetty, we set up a drum set and a keyboard, and had some. I don't even remember the bass player's name. It was over in Norwich, and we did a set as a jazz band. We didn't do no rapping. We just played like a jazz set for some music that like we was just kind of playing shit. But nah, like we never actually played on stage with a band. I definitely would.
Unplugged type shit.
But you know, we've definitely produced a few tracks that are like no samples at all. Like just completely done off of a keyboard. A few of them are on actually Briefcase, the joint we just sent y'all. There's no samples in that at all. Fetty played that melody on the keyboard. and I did the drums. We did that all in the studio while Bird was writing. Like when Bird came to the studio, we didn't even, like there was nothing laid out yet.
Bird, cuz
And yeah. So he pulled up, and it was just kind of just a natural moment. I was laying some drums down, and then Fetty was laying some keys down. And by the time we was done with the beat, this dude was ready to get in the booth, and we just laid it out. That's how we do a lot of our tracks, man. Like a lot of our tracks have happened while we were making the beat. Cause like Fetty will think of like a hook or something, and then once he thinks of a hook, it's game over.
I like to ask artists though, man. Like, yo, is it more tough to write a hook or actual 16-bar verse?
It depends, man. I definitely find it a little bit easier sometimes to stick to a certain subject matter if you have a hook first. Mm-hmm. But I've also had like other songs to where I write so many 16-bar verses that are like so particular that you can write so many different hooks and just put a few verses to it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like it's hard to say which one is easier than the other, because sometimes one is hard as fuck, and then sometimes the other one is hard as fuck. I got a song right now that's got some verses to it, and I can't think of a hook for the life of me. And then there was a beat that I made the other day where I thought of a hook in like 15-20 seconds. You know what I mean? So it just
I can feel that, cause like a certain beat might hit you, you just feel that melody, it just kind of just generates on its own.
Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah, man. But like, yo, have you ever put out a record like that you didn't like but it took off? Like I've heard like a lot of artists, like, you know what I mean, big time and in between, like there's a record they may not like, they may hate. Like 50 almost ain't put on Many Men on, you know what I mean. This is you know what I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying. Damn, I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. So yo, you know what I'm saying, on this like first album, you know what I mean, almost ain't put it on Many Men. And it's like, is there a record that you had that you was like, yo, this song's trash, but then a lot of people gravitated towards it? Maybe not trash, but like a song you wasn't crazy about.
It's hard to say, because I mean, one, there's not a lot of songs that we had that took off like that, and the ones that did was actually pretty dope. But I don't know, there's a song called It Don't Stop, and I was so skeptical about it at first, and then we performed it a couple of times. Right. And once we performed it and actually felt what the energy was like in a room full of people, it could change my opinion on that song completely.
Yeah. So like, just like being in a live venue, man, like the crowd, like what record they react the best to, you know what I'm saying, out of all?
Shit. There's been a couple, man. It's the ones that we get the crowd involved in. You know, and Fetty does a real good job with that one too. There's a song that we do called It's Live, and the hook, all it is us going, it's live, it's live, it's live. And when we're doing the hook, you know, Fetty will tell the crowd, all right, when I say it's live, I want the right side of the room to go, it's live, and then the left side of the room to go, it's live, and then we repeat, and, you know, they go crazy over shit like that. Yeah. And, you know, we talk to a lot of, because we do tons of shows around here. We've done shows with most artists around this area, and, you know, we have a lot of conversations with a lot of these guys, and we're like, yo, man, like, that's you know, your best bet, you know, to make yourself known as not just a rapper but a performer, man, is like get the crowd involved, and like, you know, don't just stand on stage and, you know, cup the mic and like do your little thing, you know what I mean? Like get involved with it and get invested with it, and, you know, get the crowd like actually going, you know what I mean? Like the other day, when we was up in Bridgeport, you know, there wasn't even a stage, and like spots like that are so hard, and that's why, and like a lot of the shows that we do around here, it's either a very small stage or no stage, so it's on the floor, and like it's usually at a bar or an event where there's other things going on that draws people away from the music. And that's what makes it even more your job to get them involved and like make it clear that, yo, like I'm over here and I'm rapping, like get over here. So like it's, you know, we take performances like very seriously, so that's why songs like It's Live, where we can get the crowd involved, they do really well, and people talk about it like for a long time. People still to this day talk about Hip Hop Fest over at the Hygienic. What was that, 2018, 2019? You know, people still talk about a performance that we did there for a song called "Still Got My Nut," and we made that shit memorable not only because the song's called "Still Got My Nut," but that's featuring Pop Got Bars too, yo. Shout out to him, bro. That's
Pop, you know what it is.
That's one of my favorite songs that we ever did, bro. Like that's honestly a really, really good song. Yeah. But you know, we made that memorable at that show because of how we had the crowd reacting to it. So that's when it comes to performances, it's the ones where the crowd can engage with it.
Yo, I'm thinking about like what's like a dream collab for you?
Oh man, that's crazy. Styles P.
The Ghost.
Yeah, probably Styles P.
Yeah. That's ill, man. For real, man. So yo, man, this is 929 Spotlight, man. We over here with my guy, you know what I mean? Those Vatos up in this month. Zip Nasty, you know what I'm saying? Frank Lowe in the background. So yo, anything else you want to say to the people, man? Give out all your info, man. Then we gonna get these motherfucking bars, my nigga.
Yo, man, for the first time in Dos Vatos history, we actually got an Instagram now, bro. It's the mighty Dos Vatos, no spaces, spelled exactly how it sounds. You can find me at Zip Nasty for real. Spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Right. Shit, I mean, we're just trying to get active again, man. Like I don't be on social media like that, but I'm trying, man. So, you can follow me if you want. It might take me a couple of days, but I'm getting better at it. Right. you know what I mean? I'm a music guy, man. Like I guess I'm just still stuck in like old school ways where like I don't.
We need more like you. That's in the game. Exactly. You know what I mean? We need more like you.
I truly don't give a fuck about the social media shit, really.
Nah, I feel that.
You know what I mean? I care about the music.
Nah, word. The only reason why I got social media is because of radio stations. But like,
Facts.
Unfortunately, it's necessary at times. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. These times, man.
But yeah, man, that's where you can find me, bro. We got music on all platforms too. Anywhere where you can find music, you can search up Zip Nasty, or you can search up Dos Vatos. We got music everywhere, man. Raldi Radio is probably still our best work. We just dropped Briefcase featuring Bird. Shout outs to him, man. You can go spin that. Man, you spin everything, bro. Like I promise you, man, there's a lot of heads out here that really didn't tune in yet unless they've been to a show. But like I'm telling you, man, hip hop.
Nah, but you sound real humble right now. I want you to talk some shit. This is 929 Uncut. Oh no, that's another 929. Yo, clip
Spotlight.
that. 929 Spotlight.
we in the Spotlight.
But we uncut over here on Spotlight. You feel me? So yeah. Now talk your shit. I'll
talk a little bit of shit. The ones who know, they know that not a lot out here really fucking with those vatos. But you know, I ain't a shit talker like that unless it's on a beat, bro. But like for real though, yo, come see me for real. If you ready to rap, come see me, man. We got a stew out here in New London, and we're ready for somebody who's really ready to rap to come through, man. Because man, there's a few heads out here that really be rapping, but where that? You know what I mean? Where that?
For real. And I believe like everything go full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we getting out of this melodic rap era because people gonna get sick of that shit. And we gonna get back to the bars eventually. I don't know. This country's crazy right now, but like, I think we gonna get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it's just like refreshing to see like, you know what I mean? Dos Vatos, someone like yourself and Freddie Murphy, man, that actually, you know what I mean, is true to this shit. You feel me? So nah, man. Pleasure to have you on here, man.
DJ Writer.
Yeah, Dose V, forever no doubt, son. The sucker shit is not what I'm bout, son. The more you start moving, the quicker they make their mouth run. So I don't need nobody for shit. I done been through the mud and dug myself out the dirtiest pit. There ain't no bullet in your clip big enough to put my name on. Heavyweight, set of 16 to get your brain strong. Condition the body and sharpen the mind. I was flawless off of the line, use a faulty design. Defective, I grew more wiser and more receptive. When your energy off, I start to get more selective about the shit that I do and the shit that I say. Cause it could be one of your own that's gonna put you away in a wood box or brick one. Throw shots, miss none. There's money out there, why would I not go get some? Yeah, it's those vatos. I break necks like tie rods after hitting New London potholes. Everything for sale, there ain't a day that my shop closed. We only rhyme over instrumentals when we rock shows. Live shit on some 9-5 though with die shit. Peep this uniqueness, non-achievers cannot compete with. This dope beat shit, you ain't shit, you never beat shit. The last dude you should ever start a rap beef with. Leave you leaking in the streets, I'm illin'. Cause nothing beats the feeling of stacking up the money, trying to reach the ceiling. You dealing with a deceitful feeling, be easy drilling. You need some chillin' before I get rowdy. Yeah, I smoke loudly. Gotta stay high because the sky stay cloudy. Not much sunshine, whole lot of rain. Got me smoking ganja, it helped me with the pain. Ain't holding up for nothing, dog, gon' smash through the roadblocks. Brain like a computer, I'm nothing like you robots. I'm chefing, the whole spot feel like a stovetop. It's hot, the pressure on your liver like it's gon' pop. Whoa, all the fuckery has got to go. I ain't into making friends, I'm into making dough. Holla, I got what you need, just gotta let me know. Yeah, it's all about the dollar and the mighty dose. V 929, baby, we in the spotlight. What up?